In the month of November, I sold just over $11,000 worth of thrifted clothing online. Hey everyone, my name is Xochi. I'm the Thrifted Mama here on YouTube and Instagram. If you've never seen my face before, I am an online clothing reseller. I sell on platforms like Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. I essentially buy things from thrift stores and Goodwill outlet to thrift online for a profit. I did start sourcing from the swap meet, and that has been a big part of my business. Today's video is going to be all about my November numbers. I'm also going to share 15 of my favorite sales this month. And without further ado, let's get into the numbers. I have all the information on my phone. I use Vendu to track all my inventory and all my numbers and so on and so forth. This month's total revenue was $11,225.25. My total profit is $6,432.12. And that number is excluding all costs of the item, the shipping, fees, all of that. That's the money that I made from the products that I sold. And by products, I mean clothing, shoes, and accessories. The number of sold items, 366. Number of listed items, 532, and my average sale price was $30.67. These numbers were definitely on a decline from last month, but you can see my last month's numbers, they were kind of in a whole different ballpark, so can't really compare too harshly. I'm gonna break down the revenue from each platform as well as the profit. On Poshmark, I sold 174 items. My revenue was $5,027, making up 44.78%. And of that, my profit was $3,098.28. On eBay, I sold 156 items. My revenue on eBay, $5,266, making up 46%. My profit from eBay was $2,639.11. We have Mercari. Mercari is definitely on a downfall, being at $639, making up only 5% of my sales. If that doesn't say something, I don't know. On Mercari, I sold 23 items. My profit from Mercari was $477.47. Mercari is just, it's like its own topic. I don't know. Some months I'm getting like 1,000, and then some months it's like less than 500. I don't know. On Curtsy, I sold $233 worth of stuff, and my profit was $173.86. And on Curtsy, I sold 10 items. Curtsy is a very new app to me, so I can't really say a whole lot about it. It's only been like my second month on the platform. It's honestly really low maintenance. I don't have to do a whole lot for it, so when a sale comes through, I'm ecstatic. It's definitely not something I put a lot of research and effort into. My top brands from this month, Lululemon sold 26 pieces. Free People, I sold 9 pieces. Athleta, I sold 8 pieces. Torrid, I sold 8 pieces, and Zara, I also sold 8 pieces. So as you can see, a lot of the stuff I sell are mall brands or nothing really like crazy out there. So definitely don't look down on like Zara, Torrid, all that kind of stuff. Those items definitely make up a lot of my sales. All right, so I'm going to be looking on my computer now. I'm going to pull up my favorite sales from this month. Sorry if I'm looking down, but I will be having all the information on the screen as well. All right, so now on to my favorite sales from this month. First thing is this St. John blazer. It was new at tags, a very classic timeless blazer. It was neutral, it was workwear, business wear, all of those good keywords. I found it at the bins for $1.50, which was crazy. I found it in a picked over bin, which was even more like mind-blowing. And it ended up selling for $170 on eBay plus shipping, making my profit $130. Next really exciting sale was this pair of teaks. They were a plaid colorway. They sold for $125 plus shipping on eBay, making my profit $87. I will continue to pick up teaks. I actually found a single teak shoe at the bins today. I was really upset that I couldn't find the other one because I had sold that exact one. But teaks are definitely not something you should look over. I do think there is a lot of money to be made with this brand, so definitely don't look over them. Next thing that sold was this Tory Burch shoulder bag. It is the Kira Chevron Classic Taupe bag. We found this at my local military thrift store and we paid up for it. We paid $80 but it sold for $175. In just about a month, I made a profit of $60. Obviously, I did not double my money, but if you consider the effort that I had into listing this item, there wasn't much. I'm glad to see that I moved very quickly. Next item is another pair of teaks. These are in a peachy colorway. They sold for $92, making my profit just around $54. Again, with the teaks, you got to do some research, but these were in great condition and I knew that they would go for some money. Another awesome sale, this was on Poshmark. This is a favorite daughter blazer. I found this at the bins. When I found it, I was like, this has got to be worth something. I have sold the brand in jeans before, but I have not picked up a blazer from this brand. It ended up selling for $112, making my profit $85. This was very classic, very timeless. I know the neutral girlies love this kind of like camel brown color, so I knew it was gonna go quick and I'm really excited for the outcome. The comps looked great. I priced it reasonably and it moved very quickly. Next sale, this was my first time finding Tumi. I found this at the bins. It ended up selling for $90. This was a duffel bag. It was very substantial, and when I got an offer for $90, I was glad to accept. This did take up a little bit of room, so I was glad to see it out the door. Tumi is definitely a bolo brand. Make sure that you do your research, and most items go for quite a bit of money. Next sale was over on Poshmark. This was a Mara Hoffman dress. It was an extra large. This was definitely a closet staple piece. I was super excited when I found this at the bins because I knew that this brand was worth something. And when I looked it up, I was quite surprised. I couldn't find this exact piece, so I did price it a little high. I priced it for $150. I got an offer for $100 and I was glad to accept, making my profit $77.50. Definitely keep a lookout for Mara Hoffman. Next sale were these Burton overalls, Avalon bib, soft shell overall pants. They were snow apparel and they sold just around $120. I believe that the shipping was less, so my numbers will show a little different. I profited just around $80. This was from my neighbor buyout. This was really exciting because this was definitely one of the more substantial pieces. It sold really quickly, and definitely keep an eye out for Burton, and even the smaller brands of snow gear will sell very quickly during this time of year. Next item that sold were these Nilly Lotan jeans. I found this at a Goodwill. They ended up selling on Poshmark for $75, making my profit just around $50. Nilly Lotan is a great brand. I have sold it one other time and they tend to sell pretty quickly, and both times I found a size 0 or 24. Even the smaller sizes will do well. This was just a classic pair of jeans and not much more to it, but the brand is really expensive, so people are on the lookout for it. Another item sold from my neighbor buyout. This was a Lululemon Rebel jacket in a size 6. It did have a couple water spots, but nonetheless it sold for $84 on Poshmark, making my profit just around $62. This was a great piece to resell. A lot of the Lululemon substantial jackets go for a lot of money, so definitely don't pass on them even if they do have a little bit of damage. People love the brand and want a good deal. This was a Cezanne Arena dress, size 42 US 10. It sold for $65. I actually sourced this from Poshmark. I thought it would go for a little bit more, but when I got the offer in, I basically wanted to get my investment back of $36. I did make a profit of $15. All I had to do was take a picture of it and list it. Definitely not the profit margins I was hoping to get, but it was kind of like a trial of trying to flip things from Poshmark. So yeah, wouldn't do that again. That piece for sure. Next item are these Mother jeans. Are actually a sub brand called Snacks. I didn't realize that this was a line by Mother until I saw this brand at Nordstrom Rack, but when I saw it at the bins, I was so excited because I knew that it would go for some money. They ended up selling on Poshmark for $75, making my profit just around $55. These were super trendy, being a pleated wide leg pant. Even with being a size 26, they sold pretty quickly. Snacks is definitely a label to be on the lookout for, so do not think that it's anything cheap because it is Mother. Next item was this Anthropologie midi dress. It was an eyelet ruffle sleeveless dress. It had a bunch of like citrus fruits, lemons, oranges, and all of that. I thought this piece was super cute. It ended up selling for right around $85 on eBay, making my profit just around $61. I knew this piece was going to do really well. The comps were really great on Poshmark. I was expecting this to be more of a Poshmark sale, but I was glad to see the outcome on eBay. Last but not least, this is a pair of On Clouds. They ended up selling for $80. I found these at the bins. They were in excellent condition. All I had to do was throw them in the wash. I ended up profiting just around $59. I was pretty tempted to keep them myself, but my feet are way too wide for them. Overall, On Clouds are a great brand to be on the lookout for. Certain styles go for a little bit more money, but even the basic model tends to sell pretty quickly for me. I just posted a really exciting announcement, so please go check out my latest video. It will be linked down below. It has nothing to do with this amazing giveaway. So yeah, that's everything I have for you guys today. Leave a comment down below how your guys' sales were. I hope you had a successful month. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a like and subscribe to see more from me, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!